All right, so today we heard from Don Barzini that two of our most beloved anchors have been whacked out. They have been removed from the family.
Today I settle all family business.
Tucker Carlson, Don Lemon, both whacked out on the same day. So Fox News dropped this little item, very short, very sweet, for dropping basically the only reason that anybody watches their network who isn't 93. So we'll take a look at that. I thought you were doing this stuff. I thought we got. I think our producer is stoned. I think he's still whacked from 420. Fox News Media and Tucker Carlson have agreed to part ways. We thank him for his service to the network as a host and prior to that as a contributor. Mr. Carlson's last program was Friday, April 21st. Fox News Tonight will air live at 8, starting this evening as an interim show helmed by rotating Fox personalities until a new host is named. Well, that's going to be a lot of fun. Judge Judy all night long. That eliminates any reason that anyone would watch Fox. We just covered Fox with a segment where remarkably Tucker Carlson defended the Uhuru socialists who were just arrested on Russiagate charges. You'll never see anything like that anywhere else in the corporate media. He was the only voice, not just on Fox. He was really the only voice in corporate media that in any way would violate the narrative. Now, we can only speculate. It seems a little strange that this happened right after the Dominion lawsuit was settled. It's unclear whether that's in any way related. But Tucker Carlson has raised the question for years, I think, in the minds of a lot of us, particularly on the left. Why are they letting him do this? Why are they letting him get away with this? Why are they letting him be anti-war? Half of Tucker Carlson's episodes and half of his segments sounded like something that you would have on if we actually had a real left news station, if MSNBC were actually on the left. A lot of his segments sounded like what you might hear on a network like that. It was very strange. It's something we have talked about a lot on the show, that Tucker Carlson in many of his segments was the most left-wing person on the air, making it very confusing what constitutes left and right anymore, with his takes on Ukraine, with his takes on free speech. Is that what got him fired? Did they finally say, did he go too far? Were the socialists, was defending African socialists African American socialists a step too far? We don't know. We're waiting for more news to come out, but it looks like everyone is settling family business today, because on the same exact day, Don Lemon sent out a predictably cringy and pathetic tweet about his own firing. So let's take a look at that. I was informed this morning by my agent that I have been terminated by CNN. I am stunned. After 17 years at CNN, I would have thought that someone in management would have had the decency to tell me directly. At no time was I ever given any indication that I would not be able to continue to do the work I have loved at the network. It is clear that there are some larger issues at play. With that said, I want to thank my colleagues and the many teams I have worked with for an incredible run. They are the most talented journalists in the business, and I wish them all the best. Okay, so Don, if you felt that you weren't given any indication that you were about to be fired, that alone is reason enough that you're not qualified to do journalism, because anybody watching the news coming out of CNN knew that you were about to be fired. Probably sooner rather than later. You've been one of the most cringy, off-putting, fundamentally stupid people in corporate media for a very long time. Now, I will grant you that's no bar to entry in that space. If anything, that should have given you a nice long career. But once the sexual harassment came out, once you went on air with your incredibly stupid take about when women are in their prime, it's not surprising that they got rid of you. You may be the only person in America who's surprised that you got whacked. So these stories are still developing, particularly the Tucker Carlson one. Without Tucker Carlson, that's probably the end of our coverage of corporate media. Honestly, that was the only figure in corporate media who had anything interesting to say. I would imagine Ben Shapiro is making an offer as we speak. Does Tucker Carlson wind up on somewhere else? Does he wind up creating his own thing? He doesn't seem like the kind of person who would really have an interest in creating his own network. I would imagine if he continues in the pundit space, my money would be on Daily Wire. It would not surprise me if he just steps back from it for a while, writes a book. And actually, given the platform, given the kinds of ideas he would platform on Fox, it would not surprise me if he goes full out with whatever this political vision he's articulating is. Some have called people who speak in this way MAGA communists. It would not surprise me if Tucker Carlson writes a book articulating a vision of MAGA communism for the 21st century. So stay tuned. We will see where this goes.
Please clap.